Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all you wonderful special peeps out there. Let's get to it, shall we? 'Tis the season to be jolly and joyous. People are either in one of two camps. Either they absolutely loathe and despise eggnog, or they think eggnog is made from the gods and it has magical qualities in its elixir. On this episode, I'm going to be sharing about my experiences surrounding this holiday season growing up. Traditions of Christmas in my family. Very interesting. Back when I was a kid, when my grandfather, my mother's dad, was alive, he and my grandma bought us these McDonald dollars. And as a kid, most people love McDonald's. As an adult, I hate McDonald's. But as a kid, it was that special place where you could be a kid. 5 to 10 McDonald bucks. I was in heaven. I was like, oh man, I am raking in the cash. Often on Christmas Eve, we usually opened one of our grandparents' gifts. And then all the rest of our gifts we opened on Christmas Day. I don't remember a time where we had a Christmas dinner. What we would do is have Christmas snacks. We'd have eggnog, we'd have punch, we'd have crackers, we'd have all sorts of different cheeses, baked goods, and cookies, and all the above. Now, Christmas morning, it wasn't 8 a.m. and, hey kids, time to wake up, time to go see your presents. No, it was not that way. Usually it was closer to about 10 or 10:30 in the morning. The girls' rooms were upstairs, so they stayed in their rooms. The boys camped all downstairs in the basement, and so we could hear people moving around upstairs, and then we would holler upstairs, hey, can we come up? Not yet. Almost. Santa already came, so why are they taking their time? I wonder. Without fail, this happened just about every year. When I was a kid, they had these magical lifesaver books where you would open up and it had 6 packs of lifesavers. It had butter rum, which was amazing. It had one that was all cherry, and then it had assorted ones. All of them were deliciousness wrapped in this book. And then they had to ruin it and make them lifesaver gummies, and they didn't have a bunch of those different flavors anymore. I'm a little ticked about that. We need to bring that back. I should start a riot just for these lifesaver books. It's that precious to my heart. Usually in our stockings, we had one unwrapped present from Santa, and then we had an orange without fail. We had candy canes. We had those lifesaver books, and we had a bag of peanuts. There were times where my mom would press us to go Christmas caroling as a family. Us kids, we didn't have the best singing voices, especially the boys in the family. It was very uncomfortable to hear our voices. When I was a little 5-6-year-old kid, we had this live nativity. I can't remember what church it was that sponsored this, but it was awesome. They had this whole setup, this walkthrough of Bethlehem. Everybody was dressed in that time period of clothing, and there were fake shops set up. There were people selling food items and drinks. It was like cheese cubes and like little cups of juice. And then you had people that were in shredded clothing and that represented the poor in that day. Before we went into this live nativity, we were all given money to spend while we went through this nativity leading up to the manger scene. As we went through, I remember this woman coming up to me and she was begging for something, food or money. Part of me knew that, hey, this isn't real, but she looked so convincing. I was like, well, that would be selfish of me to hold on to this money when she's starving. I gave away a piece of my money. Joe, why did you give it away? She needed some food. That's where my mind went. My intentions were pure. From the age 11 or 12 to 16 years old, I did a paper route. And during the Christmas season, as a paper boy, I would often get tips in the form of cash or some little present that would be right near either the newspaper box or on the front step. My family has never let me forget this. I go to this one house and there's 2 boxes of Cinnabon cinnamon rolls. If you haven't heard of Cinnabon, they are gooey deliciousness. Ooh. And there was this letter on top of it. I was confused by the letter because it was addressed to this girl and it said something about cheerleading. I don't know why, but I was thinking maybe they thought the paper boy was a paper girl. I don't know what I was thinking. I take those boxes, we get home, we eat the cinnamon rolls. My family asks me what the note said out of curiosity. So I read it and they all gave me this look. Joe, those Cinnabons were not for you. They were not for us. That was for somebody else. And somebody had delivered those super early in the morning at like 5:30 or 6 a.m. I thought in my mind, and maybe it's because it was Cinnabon, those were meant for me and for my own. To my everlasting disappointment, I never confessed. I was too terrified. My heart goes out to each and every one of you. I wish you the best season possible. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, you filthy animals.